so important for youth that we share this philosophy, Joseph Campbell's philosophy, with the world?
Well, from my understanding, one of the powers of Joseph Campbell's work is that it puts the experience of our own individual lives into a larger context of meaning and purpose. And so if I can tell a story with my life, that's something, I'm on a journey and I'm out to find something and there's some mystery that has been concealed from me and I have to break myself open, then all of a sudden the challenges that I face are not mine alone. You know, they're put into a larger frame and a larger buffer. And I've got now
and
resources.
you get examples too.
Exactly.
And Joseph Campbell gives us examples.
That's right. Yeah.
Powerful.
And so in terms of parenting, you know, I'm not a parent myself yet. Maybe someday I will be. But you know, to think of a kid's emergence as this constant cycle of hero's journey. The kid is always breaking themselves open and becoming a new thing. It's like the snake, you know, shedding its skin. Ooh, here's a new snake. Shed its skin again. Here's a new snake. And the kid is always doing that. So if you can give that kid that mythic framework, they have a larger buffer for their own life experiences. But I would think also you as a parent gain that perspective, so you're not freaked out when your kid is struggling, or when you're struggling with your own reactivity to your kid, like, oh, I'm being broken open here. I don't even know who I am anymore. Now I've got the chance to become somebody new. You know?
Spoken like a true father, I want to say. So, but I also want, when I was in your class yesterday, I noticed that you use all the tools of whole brain learning. In other words, all the learning styles were there, from kinesthetic to audio to visual. Why is that important in a classroom? And I think that's really crucial for today's parent, today's teacher, that they have a class that addresses the whole brain. Why is that important?
Well, my understanding and my experience is that when we're using all of who we are, we remember things better. It actually sinks in, and so it's not a short-term download of information that we then forget. If I've practiced it in my body remembers it. Also, it makes it more fun, and it reaches kids of learners, I should say, of different styles. So I'm an introvert, so I need time to integrate what I've learned. If it's just coming at me, it's like a river just flowing by. If I get the chance to say, okay, what have I learned? This is what matters to me. I'm going to write it down, take a moment, I'll talk about it with one other person, catch our breath. Okay, great, and then now we can come back to something more active. And then for the extroverts to have active, integrated, vocal interaction is great. But I think that I use principles of improvisation a lot. And for a teacher in the classroom or a parent to be able to meet their experience with their students or their children and to be able to say, yes, this is what's happening, and let's build on that with a kind of playful approach, it gives us a greater resilience and agility in the face of chaos. I mean, I watch my friends who are parents, their lives are chaotic, naturally so with their kids. And I was a school teacher, and the classroom is half the time chaotic. For some people, it's more than half the time, right? But to be able to balance with that and be like, okay, I see that chaos, and I'll up you one, right? But to come at it with we can use that in the service of what we're trying to do. These are incredible skills for people to bring into parenting or teaching.
It feels like it's going to be a busy 2016 for you. Can you let the audience know what are you going to be doing this year and how they can get a glimpse of your work and join you? Because I think I was only in a portion of his classes, but they were powerful, they were dynamic, they were engaging, and the content was just prevalent and relevant for today's youth. So if you can let us know.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. So I work with a group called the Mindfulness in Schools Project, and we have a curriculum called .B, which is mindfulness training for teenagers. So I help train teachers who want to teach this curriculum to teenagers. And we're going to be in Reno at the end of March, and we will be in New Jersey in mid-July. Potential will be in Atlanta in September as well. And then my company, Anima Learning, if you go to animalearning.com, you can see what I do there. But I run mindful play, playful mind retreats with my colleague Lisa Rowland, and we take 3 or 5 days of retreat time in a beautiful place to play with the principles of improvisation so people can bring that into their own lives.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us.
Pleasure.